What's good, YouTube? It's about to in the build back with another banger. Today when we were at the 2, TikTok is officially dead. To think the TikTok era is officially coming to an end is crazy to me, man. I used to stream on there a lot. Just last year I was streaming on there, you feel me? And then it just, I don't know, I just eventually stopped. I wasn't being as consistent, but I don't know, man. It was a fun journey. TikTok had a good run, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it's coming to an end now, y'all. But with that being said, let's get straight to the video. Let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, massive news. So it looks like TikTok might just officially be dead. Or at the very least, unusable to people who, you know, take their privacy very seriously. As according to the BBC Pause, they say TikTok closes deal to split US app from global business. The US and China have signed off on a deal for TikTok's Chinese owner to hand over the company's American division to investors.
Oh, fuck no. So now that, so you mean to tell me the US has infiltrated this app? Oh, man. I mean, you could already tell the app was definitely getting a little bit, it was feeling a little bit different. It didn't feel like the original TikTok in 2020, or you feel me, when everybody was really in quarantine and just we was scrolling, like doom scrolling, like our life depended on it. You know what I'm saying? Now TikTok doesn't really feel the same. It really doesn't. If you get what I'm saying, like it's just something there. It's not something you could just see, but you could just tell there's something there. You know what I'm saying?
Backed by Donald Trump. It means the US version of TikTok will become majority owned by a group of investors that includes American tech giant Oracle, California-based private equity fund Silver Lake, and United Arab Emirates investment firm MGX. And it seems after this division has happened and China has now handed over the American version of TikTok over to the current administration as well as US investors, the entire app just has gone to shit. And to start things off for the list of things that are going wrong with this app, apparently, and this is weird to me, the term Epstein has now been censored on TikTok. I shit you not. Apparently, if you try to send the word Epstein, I guess comment or DM it to someone on TikTok, it has now just been completely blocked. Someone said American TikTok versus European TikTok. This is bad. And yeah, this person's in Europe. They can type the word, Epstein, and this person's American and they cannot. Here we have one person said Epstein. Another person said, did you see that? The other person said nope. So yeah, not entirely sure what that is about, but another person said no one is talking about TikTok's latest update on their terms and services, which, and this is crazy to me, tracks your citizenship / immigration status, religious beliefs, mental and physical health diagnosis, your race.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's like, bro, they're basically spitting in our faces and we're really not doing nothing about it, bro. Like, they're censoring, they're telling us we can't say this, we can't do this, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, like, bro, at some point, something has to happen because this is not, this is not normal. This is definitely not normal. You can't do certain things. Like, you can't even DM. You mean to tell me you can't DM somebody? It's not even to the public. You know what I'm saying? This is a personal DM between you and a particular person, and they're even censoring what you say in your DMs. Yo, that is crazy. Like, and then all of this, why do they need to know all of this? Why do you care? Why do you want our data so bad? That's, yo.
If you're trans or non-binary, sexual preferences and orientation with these screenshots here. Another one here, which literally says citizenship or immigration status, along with the other things that were listed, may be tracked. Which I failed to see the relevance for any of that. Like, this is literally supposed to be a social media app. Why are we tracking any of this? And it gets even worse because users are now saying, chat, it might really be over for TikTok. The new terms of service is actually insane beyond invasive and predatory. Automatic geotagging, even if you disable it from your phone, they own all of your content and likeness and can use it for ads, can permanently delete your account without explanation. It's pretty bad.
Firstly, in the privacy policy under information you provide, TikTok has included sensitive information such as citizenship and immigration status. I need to be very clear when I say this, TikTok collects more than one type of information. There's information you willingly provide, information that is automatically collected, and information you get from third-party or other sources. I know a lot of people who got to this portion of the new privacy policy are panicking. However, I don't like fear-mongering for views, so while TikTok will track you to an extent. Here are some things you can actually do about it.
Nah, I just gotta say before this guy goes any further, WTF. It's clear as day to me that all the fear mongering about China this, China that, collecting and stealing and violating American rights and privacies was highly exaggerated, because now that the USA owns the American division of TikTok, they're literally doing the same exact thing, or if not even worse. Like, genuinely speaking, regardless of which...
Hey, y'all, I don't mean to be pausing that much, but it's just like, bro, what they're doing, they're making, like, with the stuff that they're doing, they're kind of making it look like China isn't the bad guys here. They're making it look like they're making it look like more and more that we're the bad guys, like the US is the bad guys. Because the shit that they're doing, yeah, like China has their bad shit or whatever, but like we're vividly seeing what's going on in the US, and to us this shit is not cool. Like, why do you need our data? Why are you infiltrating and trying to do all this extra shit? Niggas can't say certain words in a DM. Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then this is supposed to be the land of the free. There's nothing, like, it can't be the land of the free if we're just doing shit like this. Like, we were talking about how China is this and they're too, you feel me? You can't say this and do that, but it's like we're doing the same shit kind of to some degree that they're doing, where they're censored and can't do certain shit. Like, we're pretty much doing the same thing.
Beliefs or politics are, you got to understand that an app wanting
by
to know your
2050
race,
we're
your
gonna
religion,
be just like
your
China,
sexuality,
bro.
and
that shit's
everything else
not
in
gonna be
between,
good for
as
us.
well as your immigration status, is definitely beyond insane. Like, why the fuck is any of that relevant when I'm literally just hopping on TikTok to burn time? I'm on here to doom scroll while I'm on the shitter waiting to wrap things up. Why does any of this even matter? Oh wait, it matters because these people want to know every little thing about your life. We don't have any privacy anymore. They want to control people. They want to advertise to people, and it looks like they're going to be using TikTok now to actually get people's data to start using it for nefarious government operations. We are truly living in dark times.
For in-app settings, go to settings and privacy, security and permissions.
That shit don't matter,
enter
bro.
privacy. You can turn off activity status, as well as suggesting your account through contacts, Facebook, or people who send links to you. Additionally, you have the power to stop syncing contacts as well as Facebook friends with TikTok. You can toggle these off too. Also, go back to settings and privacy, then click ads. And when it comes to data that is collected from other sources,
feel like none of
you can
that
turn
shit
off
actually
targeted
matters,
ads
bro.
outside of TikTok, targeted ads, and you can also clear your off TikTok data.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend everybody go ahead and do that now. I went ahead and did it myself just to make sure all those things were off, because holy shit. And I'm assuming this is primarily for USA-based people.
Man, like, again, I do not mean to be paused. This is a short video, so I do got to do my little commentary and shit like that. But again, like, like, I don't really think that shit does anything for me personally. I don't think this shit does anything, because, bro, they still could find a way to get our data. It's gonna be some way, some shape or form. I feel like this is just for the aesthetics. We're doing this shit just for they're doing this shit just for the aesthetics. Make you think you turned all this shit off. Whole time they still collecting your data through some type of, I don't know, a secret coder just taking shit. I don't know. It's just something. Do y'all really think that shit is it works for real? Like, they're not still tracking the data even when you turn that shit off. Like, do you think?
Well, because based off of what I can see, people located in Europe don't have the censorship, ironically, that we have. We're supposed to be the land of the free, freedom of speech and all this, and now we're being censored on
Same
TikTok.
thing.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Same
it gets
thing I
even
said.
worse, because apparently now TikTok is going to be using your faces to train AI.
And like other apps, a little bit farther up in this policy, TikTok does have a very broad license when it comes to your content, how they're going to take your content and display it, but also possibly train AI with it, depending on the features that you use, but also the settings that you engage with.
That is crazy. That is genuinely nuts. And just to be very clear here, I'm going to read this for you. In their terms of service, they say, to provide the platform, we need certain rights from you called a license. By creating, inputting, publishing, and otherwise providing your content on or to the platform, which is TikTok, you grant to TikTok USDS joint venture a license to use your content that is non-exclusive, irrevocable, and royalty-free. You retain the rights to use your content elsewhere, although we don't owe you any payments for sharing
If
your
you do
content
this shit,
with
you're
us. And at the
stupid.
second bullet point, they say assignable and sub-licensable, including through multiple tiers, so we can, for example, work with service providers and business partners to help distribute your content. And the third bullet point, worldwide, so we can show your content to a global audience. Meanwhile, they're going to be monetizing your content. They're probably going to be using this for AI training purposes, and they're making sure it's royalty free, meaning they don't have to pay you. Simply by using the application and posting your content is giving them, based off of these terms of service, the right to use your content for free.
Depending on the features that you use, but also the settings that you engage with. Also, there was a lot of chatter about Section 3.2. You may revoke, reclaim, or reassign the username of your account in certain circumstances, such as when you're inactive for 180 days, or your username violates terms and conditions, privacy policy, community guidelines, stuff like that.
That is a terrible policy, man. Basically, they just said if you don't use the app enough, or if you take a break from this app, they can literally just strip you of your username, even if it's a rare username. Thus, kind of like, I don't know, tying you to the app and making you a slave to having to log in every 180 days at the very least, which is basically 6 months. So if you ever decide to take a 6-month hiatus and you have a name that TikTok wants to reclaim, they can, based off of these terms of service, do that. They can just assign you a different name, a random ass username that you don't like. Honestly, this is, all these changes are so shitty. And for people who are relying on this app for an income, I genuinely feel sorry for you, because what the USA, or the joint venture part of American TikTok, has just done is literally just made this into a digital Chinese sweatshop. Ironically, it looks like TikTok was in better hands with China than it is with the USA, which is crazy to say. Additionally, it looks like ever since this update has happened, a lot of users on TikTok have been reporting their videos being stuck at 0 views. I actually saw that myself personally. There, as you can see, it happened to this really popular TikToker by the name of Your Favorite Guy. He posted some videos, and mind you, he has like 3.5 million on TikTok, right? But he posted, right, and he may be relying on TikTok for an income as well. And look, his most recent 3 videos has 0 views, which is just incredible. So it looks like with whatever forced updates to the algorithm, the TOS that they've done to TikTok recently within the last week or so, it has now impacted discoverability for already existing users, which is insane. Like, this can definitely impact collaborations with brands who are expecting you to get a whole bunch of views for their product. And when they inevitably go to see the performance of that video, right, that you're getting paid thousands of dollars to post to your page, and they see 0 views, they're probably not going to want to work with that creator ever again. Here we have another big TikToker by the name of Jessica Burbank with literally 0 views on her videos and no comments as well, which is insane to me. She also said in the comment section, and look, these videos have been up for 8 hours and 1 hour. Not even a content violation, just 0 views. You can see the amount of views, the one like no right shares, here, no comments, nothing. And the other one has 0 views, 0 comments, and she has like over 500,000 followers on TikTok, which is not even statistically possible, right? For such a large creator to have no engagement on videos posted for hours. 1,000
so
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like TikTok is officially dead, cooked, fried, nuked. Thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about this? Looks like
man, boy, this is crazy, bro. I don't know what times, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what I want to say because of how shocked I am. Like, it's just crazy that we got into these times, man. It's just crazy. But that's the end of the video, y'all. If y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification button if y'all want to say update on the next video. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this whole bullshit right here, man. I need to know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.